Hi guys, Shibin here. So WSL is a Linux which comes packaged inside Windows. So that's what we will look into today. So the usual way to install WSL Linux is to go to your Microsoft Store. All right. And in Microsoft Store, I'm gonna go say Ubuntu. Okay. I'll go over there, right? And I can install it from here. This is the most noob way of going about it. Okay. A slightly pro way of going about it is that you do WSL minus minus update, all right, and then you do WSL minus minus install. All right, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it the pro way. All right, so for the pro way, the first thing that you have to do is launch the website, okay, and look for original Ubuntu WSL releases. Okay, this link I'll link in the description. All right, let's go for the latest release. It has gotten downloaded, right? Okay, so what I will do now, I want that these guys get installed in WSL hyphen packages. Oops. Yeah, okay, right. So I want that these guys get installed over here, right? When you install from Windows Store, it installs in app data, this, that, etc. We don't want that, right? We are pros. Okay, so what we do now, now that we have this guy, is we install it manually. Okay, we do WSL minus minus import the name that you want to put. All right, so I'm going to say Ubuntu 2404. All right, and I will say base, and I'll tell you why I'm calling it base. All right, okay, give it that where it should get installed. So let me just create a folder here. I'm going to give it the same name, w04 underscore base. All right, the same folder name, fantastic. And I'm going to say, can you please install it over here? Okay, and then I'm going to give it the path of this guy. Yes. Okay, and here we go. All right, operation completed successfully. Let's very quickly see what it did. Welcome to WSL. Look at installed something and all. We'll take a look at that later. But WSL packages. Look, this is where it installed our file system, 1.2 gigabytes in size. As usual, I do WSL minus L minus V. It shows me that what is installed. All right, to run it, I'm going to do this WSL minus D, minus D for distribution. And can you please start this distribution? All right, fantastic. I'm inside this. Okay, one of the problems here is I am root. Okay, and also I'm in the C drive home directory. I'm not in the actual Linux home directory. So what do I do here? I'm gonna do add a new user. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to give it a password. All right, not needed. Yes, please. Fantastic. Okay, and then I'm going to do user mod. This guy is sudo. All right, fantastic. Okay, now, okay, copy it, wsl minus t, log in. All right, and what happens this time is I have a user. All right, and it is in fact sudo enabled. All right, fantastic. So I have a sudo user, and so you're going to do that. You know what, let me go back here. I'm gonna put a just a small little cd so that I land over here. Maybe I do a su minus shebane. Fantastic. Now if I log out, I come back to it again. This time I log into shebane directly. Okay, so at this point you're like, I'm happy, I have a WSL package which I can take a backup of and I can replicate it whenever I want. So all you have to do is do an export. let's take the name of this guy that you want to export, and let's export it is this location. I just created this folder. All right, and let's give it a name, put quotes .tgz. All right, now that I have this backup, I can import it again. All right, so I'm going to do import. This time let me give it a new name. Let's say there's a very specific task you want to do. Let's say this is something related to Python coding you want to do. All right, so you want this to be the name of it. All right, a location. All right, let's create a new folder. Okay, let's give it this name. Fantastic. All right, and that's my location. Oops, sorry about that. And then import name, location, and then the tgz file. All right, which this is. So I'm gonna copy. Fantastic, and do an import. Very cool. Now if I do WSL minus L minus V, there it is. I have another one. This time I will do WSL minus D and this. Okay, and this is a new operating system. There's a new instance for you, and this way you can have multiple instances, different ones for different purposes. And note, these are actually very cheap, right? 1 gigabytes. I just now created this one, so this is just 1.26 GB. This is 1.26 GB. Of course, your files will add more to it. The reason why these are small is because these are headless. They don't come with a desktop or anything like that. That's why they are really small, and they're very custom built. Only the set amount of things that are needed, because well, your user interface is Windows 11 over here, right? Fantastic. So that's basically the pro way to use your WSL Linux, right? Now, very quickly, some of the things you want to terminate something which is running. So you just have to do that. It'll shut down. All right. You want to shut down all of them at once. You have to do -1 shutdown. That'll turn off all of them, right? Now, you want to do some bookkeeping. You're like, you know what? I don't need this anymore. So you will do unregister. All right. Company successfully. Python is gone. All right. So there you have it. This is the right way. I feel this is the actual pro way of using WSL Linux, so that you know where they're getting installed. You can move them around, you can take backup, you can create a base installation, you can replicate it as many times you want, do your work, delete it. There is no rename or move. You have to do that using the export import function, so no rename or move functionality. But I feel this is the right way you should use WSL, not the noob way of going to the Microsoft Store or putting -minus update, -minus install. Who does that? Be a pro. All right, that's it. That's today's video. Thank you. Bye.